Hey, y'all. We are almost there, almost at con. I just wanted to pop in and spend a little bit of time with y'all to talk about not just the safety protocols for this year, both for con and also for our little Filk track, but also to highlight some of the things that we'll be doing both in person and virtually. I'm Amber Hansford. I'm the track director for the Dragon Con Filk Music Track. I see a few folks coming in. If you have any questions throughout this thing, just go ahead and throw them into the comments, either on Facebook, YouTube, or on Twitter, and I will answer them as I can. All right, let's get started. I wanted to go ahead and remind everybody, if they have not taken a look at the best practices doc that I put together for the 2021 show. I'm putting them in the comments right now. Forgive me, I am solo producing tonight from my living room as we start to pack up everything for the show. But for the best practices guide, I want everybody to understand basic things. There is a mask mandate for all of con. Please keep your masks on. We will have a few paper masks available at the track room, but I want you to make sure that you're wearing your mask, and also remember that you need to show either your vaccination or your negative COVID test that is no more than 72 hours old to even get into the con with your membership. For the best practices doc, take a look at our Filk Track group or our Filk Track page. I've also just put the Google Doc in the comments. Take a look around for our track, excepting for open Filks. I expect everybody but the performers to have their masks on at all times. We don't want to spread this around any way, shape, or form, even for those of us who are vaxxed. So if you're not singing, keep your mask on. As far as open Filks go, we have had the opportunity for Saturday and Sunday open Filks. We will actually be next door to our track room in Hanover C, D, and E, the big room right next to our track room. We've had that come open for our open Filks in the evening. So we will have more space to spread out, but still we're going to do a pick, pass, or play format. So we will be in a rather large circle. And we will request everybody keep their masks on if they are not actively singing. Other than that, Filk and Cookies is going to look a little different this year. I do have 500 of our famous and traditional custom fortune cookies. They are already single serve package, but those will be the only cookies that we will have available for safety reasons. Also, for safety reasons, every day at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, we will be closing the room to be able to do a full top to bottom cleaning. That said, please do not leave anything in the room that cannot be put away, or it will be thrown away, even more than usual for last year. Also, in regards to the track room, we will be required to have no standing room. The chairs that we will have in the room are the chairs that we will have available. Once those are filled up, I'm sorry, we will be having to say that the room is full, and we will ask you to not stand against the walls. We are trying to make sure that everybody is safe and healthy, and part of that is making sure that we stay to our 2/3 capacity rule for the con. That said, any questions about the safety protocols or anything like that, feel free to either comment in here, or you can shoot me a message via the Dragon Con page or the group. I'm always happy to chat about this. Now let's get to the fun part. Like I said, for Saturday and Sunday, we will have the big room available for our open Filks. What we're also doing is some special Thursday night programming. Geeky Sea Shanties. This is a collab with the Alt History Track, who actually started chatting about this earlier in the year with us. We will be live streaming the Geeky Sea Shantings that will happen on Thursday, September 1st at 7 p.m. We'll be streaming them across these same channels that I'm streaming right now. Then we'll also have our very tried and true Firefly drinking songs with Mark Gunn and Mikey Mason. That'll be over in Hyatt International North on Friday at 10 p.m. That will also be live streamed. And then after that, our next primary live streaming will be our 2021 group sing. It's all about role-playing game and video games. Y'all had those two neck and neck. So we'll be covering gaming for our group stream, which will be Saturday at 8:30 in Hanover CD&E, but it will also be live streamed. I'm trying to make sure that we live stream any of the big room shows, so keep an eye out. Just as a reminder, we've got our 2021 performers. We've got joining us for the very first time, the Faithful Sidekicks, all the way out from Oregon, are coming out to play with us. They jumped in with both feet to help with our virtual programming in 2020. And so we get to see them face to face in 2021. We'll also have the Brobdingnagian Bards again, Tom Smith, Mikey Mason, and Hawthorne and Holly. We will, unfortunately, not have the availability to have any fan performers this year, but we will have some of our traditions back up and running, such as InstaFilk, and also our live broadcast of Everything is Filk with Andrew McKee, the podcast. If you go over to our very tentative, remember it's not real until the show starts, schedule that I've also posted out on our site. If there's any questions between the app and this schedule, once we hit site in particular, go with the app. One of the things that I'm currently working on to get updated in the app is that we will have a hard stop for our second cleaning of each day at 2 a.m. for our open Filks, where we will have to shut down the rooms and let them go ahead and do their job to clean. While we are closed for cleaning and our 5:30 shows, we will be also streaming a new tradition for us that started in 2020, the Fresh Filks, a series of 2x10s for folks that haven't had the opportunity to come to Dragon Con before. You'll see some new faces, and you'll see some faces from 2020 who have come back to share some of their music with us. All right, y'all. That pretty much covers everything. Oh, I almost forgot. You have one more day to submit your songbooks for the 6th annual songbook. Lovely Pat Deverens has agreed to put it together for me while I pack up everything. So she had me extend the deadline until tomorrow at midnight. So get your songbook submissions in there. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Hit me up on social media or email me at filking@dragoncon.com .org. Woo, it's a day, y'all. All right. Any questions for me? Hi, Madison. Questions? I know we had to move this. I'll go ahead and also put in the songbook submission link. And don't forget, if you don't have a Gmail account, you won't be able to use that form, but you can email us directly with that. And the information is on that form site. Aw, thank you, Thomas. Jared, I can't wait to hear it. Yeah, the pre-con shenanigans, I'm going to try to do those going forward. They may be a little less often. All depends on timing for both the musicians and myself. All right. Anything else, y'all? I don't want to sit here with dead air on a Friday night with y'all, but I do want to make sure that any questions are captured. I have republished out for Dragon Con on the track sites a few both safety items and also a fun little thing that they're starting up this year for charity. Go ahead and take a look at the Facebook group or on the page. We will not only be having a vaccine stop on site, but we will also be doing COVID testing on site, thanks to being able to have those come in. And then there's a new charity for Big Brothers and Big Sisters item that's called Ascent. It is a virtual 5K. And one of the things is when you sign up for it, they ask you, what's your favorite track? And if you wouldn't mind just slipping in once you sign up for it, the Filk music track, that would be fabulous because of the fact that next year, whoever wins out of the tracks, there will be the availability to help choose the theme for next year. They will be available to view not all of the programming because of the fact that DCTV does have a limit to it, but all of the big room shows I am planning on streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We are still holding a room limit, Thomas. The no standing room, it's a little touchy with the dancing. I feel like in CDE, that should be an availability, but for our track room and FG, it's going to be a little tight as it is. So I'm going to say that's going to fall into the no standing room for dancing. But CDE will have the availability to do that in. And Carol, any other questions? What we've done is on that Google Sheet for the tentative schedule, I've highlighted a few items with double asterisks that I am planning on live streaming to all of the platforms. Yeah, unfortunately, with the standing room only limit, I don't even know what they're going to do for our seating. The hotel and con are actually going to be pre-filling out the seats, so we won't be able to change those around outside of the fact that we'll be making sure that there's room for scooters. So we'll be doing that again this year. But yeah, any questions? Any more questions? Thank y'all so much. But yeah, what we're also going to be doing is if I'm not live streaming it, I will be recording a lot of stuff on video. I have kind of deep dove in the last 18 months or so on video editing. So maybe we'll get that shiny little promo that Mark's been asking on and off about for the last few years for the Filk track. All right, I'm trying to keep up for any questions. I've got all of my tech sitting around me. Anything else, y'all? Well, okay then. If you need anything, I'll see you in a few days if it's in person, and I'll see you online. We will, oh, Carol, so to get a seat, do we need to line up early? Do you know how that will work? We will be keeping to the standard line format. If it looks like we are going to need to actually reset the room and wipe everything down in between shows, so we will be resetting the room more often than not, like we would when we had the at limit seats for some of the shows in the track room. We do have the availability of CDE more this year than we do on other years. So we will have to just make everybody aware that we're going to need to reset the room. We have got all the special mic wipes in the world and all the mic covers. So it will be also very important that only the musicians or one of my track volunteers will be handling any of the mics or anything like that. But we will handle all of our lines in our normal fashion. If you feel like it's going to be a busy show for any reasons, I do recommend showing up that half hour before and making sure that you can get in and get a seat. And I know I'm on a slight delay, so I'll just hang out for just a minute more. I am genuinely excited to see all of y'all again. It's been a long 18 months, and while I sure did enjoy the heck out of myself with all the virtual programming last year, I miss all y'all. I really do. And I cannot wait for our little Filk music family to come back together. And for those of y'all who are going to be virtually, I'm going to be trying everything I can to get as much virtual content out to you. Now, one thing to also note on the tentative schedule is that I've also added, and it's also in the app, we'll have 2 bit of programmings for the fan track feeds on DCTV again this year. We've got Madison and Lee from the Salacious Crumbles talking all about starting a band online as a panel, and that'll be Sunday at 10 p.m. And then while who are in person will be enjoying the Brobdingnagian Bards on Saturday at 10 p.m., you can also enjoy their virtual pre-recorded show on DCTV. All right, y'all. Anything else that you want to chat about? Otherwise, I will go ahead and call it an evening and get to packing. I just want to leave you with one more thing. Don't forget, just like all of the pre-con shenanigans, wear your mask. Yep, I got this special made. And make sure that you're bringing your vaccination registration or a negative COVID test for DragonCon, and I will see y'all then. Night.